All right, today we're going to start Section 8, which are proofs in algebra. Now, if you are somebody who studied all of your properties as we went along and you know them all, and I told you that they're going to keep coming back, so to memorize them and to study them and work on them, then this section will be pretty good. If you didn't and you're still confused about them, you need to really get them because you won't be able to do this entire section. Because all it is saying, if we know something, can we prove something else, okay? So, you know, what is a proof? Who can tell me what a proof is?
It's the answer to a mystery.
It's evidence, right, that something is true, right? If you come home and your girlfriend says, you're cheating on me, you say, where's the proof, right? So you want some evidence. You want some proof. What's the proof? So that's what we're doing, guys. All right. So if you have a notebook, please write this out because you need to know these two words. A theorem is a statement that is shown to be true using a logically developed argument. Okay? So if I give you some things that I know are true, Hojin, wake up, those who sleep. If we know something is true and then we change it and develop it logically into an argument to show that something else is true, that's a theorem. If we use logical reasoning that uses given facts, definitions, properties, and other already proven theorems to show that a theorem is true, we call that a proof. Okay? So a proof is the logical set of steps, statements, and reasons to show that something's true. A theorem is what is true, what you ultimately prove at the end. Okay? And so everyone should be on page 130 in your book. A proof in algebra. By the way, this is the last section. So we will go over this and finish this up tomorrow because we probably won't get enough to finish it today. So we'll go over this. We'll go over the homework tomorrow. We'll review on Thursday. Your final chapter test is Friday, which is also the end of the marking period. So you have until Friday to hand in any of the homeworks that you haven't handed in yet for credit towards your grade. Because once the homework grade goes in, some of your grades are going to go drastically down. So some of you have been online and you've looked at your grades, but you haven't seen the homework grade because I'm going to average that once I have all the homework. So I take the whole total number there were, divide it by how many you did, and then that will give you a grade. So some of you will get a bad surprise on Friday if you have not done a lot. So you have until Friday to get those made up and handed in for credit. So you make sure you want to do that. And I think what we're going to do is a new system because this is your guys' first high school class that you're actually getting a high school credit for. And so you need to understand these homeworks are very important. It's going to be very difficult to pass the class without practicing and doing the homework. So I think starting with chapter 4, next chapter, it's just going to be when you don't hand in the homework, you just come and see me for lunch for a couple days and work on them here.
Go to a good college, you better get grades.
All right. By now you all know what a theorem and a proof is, so you all wrote that down.
No. Read the last sentence.
It's in your book. You can copy that out of your book. All right. So number one, guys, look at me, please. So here's what a proof is. A proof says, prove that if this is true, so if we know this is true, prove that this is true. That's what a proof is, okay? So a proof says, we know something is true, prove something else is true, okay? And so we do that by using statements. So these are statements, and notice I number them all so they're nice and logical and organized. I did mine 1 through 5. And then for every statement I put a reason why I know that that is true. And you can't write a statement unless you have a reason. Okay? So line 1 of all your proofs are almost always going to be the same. Okay? A plus C equals B plus C. And it's because it's given. So you're going to write the given information first. And so, see, I had that. A plus C equals B plus C. So I know that's true because that was given. Okay? So that's all for step 1, that's pretty easy. You just write down what they gave you and put given. After that, you have to start changing these things around in order to get to A equals B. So notice that I have these things here. I have A plus C equals B plus C. So what did I do to this statement to change that? Alex, what did I do? Go start line 2. I wrote down a new statement. What did I do? What's different from that statement to the next one? Is line 1 here the exact same as line 2? No, they're not. They're not the same because what I added, one's longer than the other. What's different, Tim?
For number 2.
Yeah, what's different over here?
Have a variable.
Another variable? What is it, specifically?
B. Well, you changed. What happened was you took A out and you put B in for A.
No, look. I kept, notice these are all the same. What did I do, what did I add differently here?
Minus C.
I added negative C, right? So what I did is I took what I was given and I added negative C. And now if I'm going to write that statement down, if I'm going to add a negative C to both sides, I have to have a reason. So I can't just do that because I want to do it. I have to have a reason. And what property have we learned, or definition or something like that, that tells you you can add, that if you have an equality, you can add the same thing to both sides and they'll still be equal? Well, it's the addition property of equality. So that's what I do. I write down my reason. So I can, as long as I have two things that are equal, I can add anything to both sides. As long as I do it to both sides, the addition property of equality says it'll still be equal. So that's why I can do that. Okay. Now from this side, notice let's see what I kept the same. So I kept my A the same. I kept my plus minus C the same. And look, I kept all my things the same here. I kept my A, my C, and my minus C. What did I change on this one? Who can tell me what did I change?
We changed.
I grouped them, right? See the parentheses that I didn't have up here? I grouped them. I took my A plus C plus negative C, and I grouped them. Now here if I had my B plus C plus negative C, and I grouped them. My associative property. Everyone write the homework down, don't forget it. Do the mixed review tonight. If you don't do the proofs, do the mixed review. We'll go finish the proofs tomorrow.
So you don't have to do
You don't have to do the 2, 4, 6, 8, but do the mixed review 1 through 12 odd.